Hi, we're live.
Yes, we are.
In living color.
Welcome everybody.
Yes, we are.
Somebody's
Hey,
got
good evening, Jeff Stanley. How are you, sir?
Okay, everybody good? We got any echo?
I'm just popping my chat out.
Sorry to go into it so fast there, Paula.
You're fine. I'm just like, oh, we're going live.
How does chit-chatting behind the scenes tonight?
Yeah, how you guys doing? Seamus, Pete Milan, Jonathan Reese, 48 State Prospecting, Ida Herring, Relics, and Stackstones. Good to see you. Good to see all of you. Thank you for being here. We got the live coin Q&A, Monday night show, and I'm Shay Hoffmaster, Mantic Coins. And I'll go ahead and just say something briefly and then let the panel introduce themselves. So I have been on the search for 2 cents, half dimes, Lincoln cents, just trying to tear it up. No, haven't. But I did get a nice 2 cent piece this week. Anyway, I love varieties and I love studying about coins and I love sharing that information with you guys. So anyway, having said all that, let's introduce everybody. Let everybody introduce themselves. How about that? Paula, do you want to go?
Sure. So I am.
Oh!
Wow, Paula, you look different.
Quit clicking the button, Shay. It's not How we talk about this?
Sorry.
I am gone. I'm Paula Bloom. I am an Aaron variety collector, amongst other things. I also like to collect exonumia, weird stuff. I love to research and learn about errors and varieties and pass on any information that I get with you guys. And I love this Q&A panel and all these folks that I'm here with tonight. So, and all of you, thanks for showing up week after week.
Hi, Dev Season, Donna Mac, Dominic, Hiram Pyro. Cool to see you, Jeff D, Amber Pinnell, Maria. Awesome. All right, Jeff Stanley, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. I have no problem with that. Hi, my name is Jeff Stanley. My channel is Jeff Stanley Coins and Octane, and I'm a regular panelist here. My specialty are variety coins for the most part, but I also collect, I collect a little bit of everything. Some exonumia. I like to fill sets. I like to do certified coins. I do it all. And one of my favorite things to do on the side, besides just collect, is to come here and educate and learn a little bit myself.
What's up, Red? Imperial Label. And Peter B, good to see you guys. Glad you're here. Let's see. Amanda, do you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Amanda. My channel name is Coin and Card Hobbyist. I've been collecting coins for about 10 years now, and I mainly focus on Washington quarters and foreign varieties.
All right. Hello, Murph. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're all here. Chris, you want to go next?
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. YouTube channel, Chris's Coin Channel. Not very active at the moment. Lots of things going on. I do write blog articles at Adventures in Coin Roll Hunting at blogspot.com. And I'm also very active on Facebook in the coin groups. I love varieties and errors, but I collect pretty much anything that is numismatic related, including reference material, magazines, periodicals, reference books, of course. And Yeah, really starting to get into early American coppers. Loving them bad boys. Ida, special thanks to you. I got my hat in the mail, and it's wonderful. And Empyrean, once again, awesome logo, man. Really professional looking. So thank you guys for that. And look forward to checking out you guys' coins tonight and answering some questions.
All right, and last but not least, Sean.
Why did we leave me for last? No.
You're the cutest.
Yeah, right. Hey, everyone. Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Thanks for joining tonight. And I wanted to call out Ida. The fantastic job with the hat and shirts.
Yes.
The one shirt was a little huge, but thankfully it was 100% cotton. So getting that washed as we speak. Obviously, I'm not wearing it, but my main, I guess, focus in coin collecting, I've been doing it for over 25 years. Right now is I'm putting together a typeset, and I'm starting to get back into national banknote hunting. There are a few states specifically I was collecting about 5 years ago, and all of a sudden I pulled out all these notes. I'm like, oh, maybe I ought to get back into it. So yeah, I'm all over the place. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this show started, shall we? Thanks for coming.
Right. Yes, Ida, thank you so much. I love my hat, and I got my shirts today. Woohoo! Beautiful.
Hey, before we start, can I give a quick little shout out to somebody in our community?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I watched something like an hour ago, and I gotta say, man, this gal her and I have had our differences, but she's the bravest person I have ever known in my life. So if you guys have not seen it, and Misplaced Supergirl Amy is going through cancer right now, pancreatic cancer. She's got quite a battle on her hands. She started losing her hair, so she shaved her head live on her channel today. And what inspiration she is. So if you guys get a chance, go over and watch it, because yeah, I don't know what to say about it. It's quite a thing, especially for those women out there. I mean, I know men can have their egos and stuff, but us women, first thing I always think, if I ever got cancer and had to go through something like that, it would be so scary to lose my hair. But watching her go through that and be so brave, yeah. So plus she's got a fantastic head, just saying. I would probably look like an egghead, but she's got a great head. So go watch her and leave her a comment and show her some support. And yeah, huge. I had to say something. I had to say something. It touched me. It just touched me. So, all right.
So I'm gonna prepare the first coin, but I'm gonna spring a question on you guys just for our first topic of the evening. And the question is if you had one piece of advice that you would give a person new to the hobby, what would it be? And who wants to jump right in?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure everybody who's ever watched me knows what I'm going to say. If you want to know about coins, you should put your training wheels on and start with the minting process. Learn the minting process. Learn the ins and outs of it. And then you won't have to do what all of us have done and live the rest of your life wondering what great coins you threw back into circulation because you didn't know what you were looking for when you started searching.
Here. All right. Who else wants to give one?
I got one.
All right.
Real simple, guys. Collect what you want.
Yeah.
It's a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. We all take this very seriously, but at the same time, it's fun. We enjoy hanging out with each other. I've met a lot of really awesome people in this hobby, and I never take it too seriously. Collect what you want. If you want to collect junk and damaged coins, collect them. Don't collect it for its value. Collect it for, a different reason. But by all means, make sure it stays fun. It is a hobby. It's not a job. Unless, of course, it is your job.
Looks like R and Stacker. Oh, that's not the one. There you go. There it is. Buy what you like and do your research.
That's right.
Just a quick follow-up, Paula. Someone asked you, well, how would you suggest we learn about the minting process?
I'm grabbing the link right now to the ANE's Learning Academy video.
All right.
And, you can also go to Wexler's. If somebody wants to put up Wexler's link in it, there is a, hang on one second. There is a section there on his page that talks about how dies are made. He's got some information on there. So there is the American Numismatic Association YouTube page. I would suggest subscribing to that and also becoming an ANA member if you're not one. Subscribing to that channel, and they've got they actually publish their summer seminar videos that they condense. Normally they're like a 3-day class, a $500 course. They condensed it into all of them into about 2-3 hours. So you're getting like the Cliff Notes version, but it's fantastic. Fantastic.
All right.
So
who has who's ready for one?
Oh, I was going to answer the question.
You're not allowed to, Jeff.
I guess not. No.
Well, I see you answered Bubba's question too, is how to get a cherry picker without selling your
I
arm.
went ahead and make sure that we know about that. The cherry pickers comes in 2 volumes, volume 1 and 2. Volume 1 covers cents through nickels, and volume 2 covers everything else through commemoratives. So that's you want to jump on that thing when it comes out, because it's going to sell out. People are chomping at the bit.
can I make one more suggestion now that you brought that up, Jeff?
No.
It just popped in my head, and if I don't say it, I'll forget.
What?
Before getting into errors and varieties, learn the basics about the coins. Learn the basics about each denomination, because this is a specialty thing. So anyway, go ahead, Jeff. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I was just going to add that, I see a lot on Facebook on where people are brand new and they're just getting into collecting. And the question they're always asking, 2 questions they always ask. They're worried about value for their coins. And that goes back to have fun with it. You're not going to have a whole lot of fun if all you're doing is worrying about values. For the coins. The other one is they want to, a lot of the new folks see people talking about grading. Don't be concerned about that. That's an advanced skill. And that comes later on when you start getting really serious about collecting. That's when you start getting into grading. And there's a lot of people that learn the hard way that you don't just submit coins to grading every coin that comes across your desk. You want to kind of take some time to learn about the coin, learn what you have, learn how to grade and value it on your own. At that point, you're ready to send it in if it meets the requirements for where you're not going to get hurt financially for sending it in. A lot of learn from everybody's mistakes who's gone before you and made that mistake of sending stuff in that shouldn't have been sent in.
Good advice.
All right. So if I were to say one thing, it's to look at a lot of coins.
Yeah.
All right. So I know for you guys out there that are coin roll hunting every day, looking at a lot of coins is coming natural, right? You're looking at a lot of coins. But some of you who don't have access to look at all those coins, you can go on PCGS and you can look at their different coins and you can click through all their pictures and look at the different grades. And I think looking at a whole lot of nice coins would be helpful for you. Look up their varieties and it's just looking at coins as much as possible. I think looking at coins in hand under a microscope in a loop is even better. So if you can do that, then I would say try to do that and try to look at maybe see if you can look at 1,000 coins a week for a while you learn. I know the bar is up here. So, hey, while I'm here, before I go to the next person, you guys can send an email with high resolution images and a good coin question to this email right here, info@livecoinqa.com, and we'll see if we can get you into the lineup tonight. All right. And you can send them throughout the week. You don't have to wait until Thursday. You can do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, or go over to our Facebook page, Coin Q&A, and we'd be happy to have you, and you can post anytime. All right. That being said, who wants to go next? All right, Sean.
Okay, so I know a lot of you have like the perfect eyesight, 2015 or better. I mean, how can you get better than that? But I would say one of the top things on the list is, like Shay had mentioned, invest in a decent magnifier. All right, you don't have to get crazy with like 100 times power microscope or anything like that. I think that's overkill. But an 8 to 10 times power, like a triplet type, is a great tool that can be had for under $10. But I would say if you wanted to get down, to the nitty gritty of what the coins look like at much closer examination, that's also help you out what incuse means or raised or whatever the case may be. Buy the coin, not the holder. You guys have heard that before. So for the grading fanatics out there who swear by grading, and I had a little lesson last night on another Coin Club live stream regarding a counterfeit that was actually straight graded in a NGC holder. Yeah, make sure you look at the coin and know what you're buying, because sometimes the third-party grading holder can hide and mask some issues with a coin that's not first apparent. And then thirdly, you're on the live Coin Q&A YouTube. Okay, did you know we have a Facebook group too? Oh, I'm sure a lot of you have. You're all the same folks. But utilize your social media resources. We are always around, and it's probably the easiest way to get a hold of us. Like Shay said, we do have this email here. Send us your coin questions. And if you're stuck on something, that's why we're here. Okay, you're not untapping the mind of one person. We have a whole bunch of people. There's even people behind the people that's also behind the people that could get you the answers to your questions. So don't be afraid to use and abuse us. That's why we're here. All right, that's it.
Mute.
I figured he wasn't really on mute, and he was just, doing the silent.
There he is.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, let your people talk to my people, and our people can all get together. And Amanda, do you want to go?
Sure. Well, I think you all covered it pretty well. Like, the mistakes I made when I started collecting was I got too excited about it, and I would overspend on stuff without researching it very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't personally done this, but you shouldn't stick your coins in the dishwasher.
That's a pretty good idea.
Good one.
I resemble that remark.
Who would do such a thing?
I don't know, some knucklehead.
Wow. Okay.
Not a good idea, unless you want pink wheats. Just saying.
Oh, Hi Ho's got a good one. Security should be your first lesson to teach someone. Get a P.O. box and careful who you tell. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's excellent advice.
That is
I was
a good one.
talking about somebody else about that today in one of the boards.
Yeah, I think that YouTubers that go out and they start a channel about coins and they don't have some way to make sure of their security is probably something you should think about. All right, let's see. Thank you guys again so much for being here with us and joining us. Let me go ahead and hop over to get our first coin ready here.
No element, Brillo, and sandpaper do not belong with coins.
Yeah, Jeff Dunn,
Vinegar and salt wash, by the way, works pretty good.
we actually all looked at your coin, and I would agree with that. So I'm not sure if it's up on the queue tonight or not.
No, but I can. I wasn't sure if
Okay.
you wanted me to put it in or not, but I'll grab it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
stop
start off.
clicking buttons, Shay.
From Seamus, 1959, Lincoln Memorial Cent, possible doubled die obverse. I found 3 of these in a BU roll of 1959 P LMCs. I have seen listed DDOs that have similar features in the T's of trust, like this coin, but there are no such T DDOs listed for 1959 P in the usual 3 places that would list them. I do not see any doubling elsewhere on the coin, example double die lid or bar L, or extra thickness in any of the devices on the obverse. Is this actually a DDO or is it a die gouge across the first T in trust? Well, I'll tell you what, Seamus, just by the way you're writing this, dude, you're at the top of your game right now.
Yep.
I agree.
He's been burning up the Lincoln head since. I'll tell you that. He's been busy with them.
He was doing his homework, that's for sure.
Yes.
First thing I'm seeing up there. Oh wow, that's interesting. I do see some die deterioration going on there.
Yeah, those flow lines, give it away. Give it away, give it away. Look at the left of the R too.
Yeah, inside the legs of the R, there's something.
Yeah, I think with that tilt, maybe that we are looking at a die gouge.
I do agree that T, that's a little too pronounced, those marks there to be die deterioration. So yeah, probably some sort of die damage.
But yeah, if that mark on the left of the T, I know what he's talking about. There are quite a few varieties that have some rotational doubling where that T sticks out like that. But what's throwing me off is that diagonal line underneath the T.
Now Amber's saying this is kind of reminding her of die trails, and I know what she's getting at there. A lot of times deterioration can sort of take that same look as a die trail. Now die trails are caused by a little bit different process. They're caused by someone actually polishing the die, but the deterioration kind of works the same way. Pressure is trying to escape outwards and actually pulls the metal with it over time. But I think that mark to the left of the T might be some sort of gouge or die damage.
That's what I would say. I mean, aside from the T and maybe just a little nub there on the top left of the R, do we see this anomaly on any of the other letters in the motto?
Well, he did say he has 3 of the same, right? In one roll. You can really see the deterioration on those photos.
Yeah. So I don't see anything on the top left bar of the second T in trust.
Look at all those polishing lines, abrasion lines. That die's been heavily abraded. So are they deep abrasion gouges? Are they? I definitely don't think it's doubling. Do you think it's die deterioration straightforward, Chris?
No, I think it's a combination of dye deterioration and some other sort of damage on the dye,
Yeah.
some sort of gouge or something. Yeah.
I would say
Amber
that
said on the photo that shows Trust, it looks like trails from the T. Can you go back to the full shot of Trust? Shay? Did we lose Shay?
Oh, he's on mute.
Oh,
Sorry, I was trying to download some stuff.
that's okay.
Do you want to look at
Is
Trust?
that the photo you wanted, Amber?
I mean, if you look at that real deep one on the last tee, it follows the same pattern as the other ones in the field below the U and S there, and kind of the same direction inside the first tee, but that little nub sticking out the left side of the top of the tee, I would have to chalk that up to some sort of damage to the dye. At any rate, I wouldn't. This is one I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time looking at.
Yeah.
All right.
Just saying, if it was in,
25,000 on Etsy.
I'll read this one from Robert C. in 1984P. Roosevelt, do you know of the paradigm here?
Oh boy, that's quite a clash there.
talk about a strong one. That might be even be a multiple event.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I would really, really like to see clearer pictures of that, because I'm seeing some stuff
Yeah.
inside the bridge of the nose there. It kind of looks a little funny.
Did anybody look up cuds on coins?
Or
No, I can do an overlay quick.
I'm pretty sure I saw the neckline on the reverse that was pretty strong.
Was this an 84P?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. We could see the chin going over there in between the olive branch and the torch.
Yeah, I'd like a better picture of that too.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, all of the lines seem to match up.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very strong. But I mean, the pictures are just a little on the blurry side.
Yeah, I just would like to see that. I'd like to see a little bit clearer.
Well, you know what's funny here? I've actually found an almost exact match. It's an image. I did an image search
I mean,
on
I didn't
Google.
mean cuds. I meant mad dye clashes. I didn't mean cuds. Sorry.
Yeah, I just did an image search on Google, and not far from the top, there's a picture of one that is actually an 84P. It's on a website called coinbooks.org, but it's very, very similar.
Yeah, this one's attributed on Mad Dye Clashes.
That's what I was wondering, if it was attributed or not.
It's in atypical ADC 10C 1984-01. Everything matches.
Yeah, I just want to see. I want to see it, like, because I want to look at all the details. But I guess I can just go to Mad Dye Clashes and look at it, because that's a really strong one.
Mm-hmm.
It's very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you got a pretty cool in there.
That much detail. That's an extremely nice clash.
Oh, Amber just shared the link in YouTube chat.
Oh,
so.
thanks, Amber. You're the best.
You, Amber?
Hey, Ravenhawk. What's shaking?
Amber is the best.
She is the best.
All right. Well, mighty nice find. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Absolutely.
That's a keeper too. Oh, by the way, don't scrub the crap off the coin. Just leave it as is.
Leave it as it is. That's right.
Yeah.
Put it in a flip.
All right, I'll go ahead and take this one. It's from Anonymous regarding an Incus R. I was hunting die chips and die cracks and rolls of quarters last week and found an extra R on my quarter. What does this mean? Is it rare? Have you ever found something like this on a coin? Check out the broken part of the R. It's flipped around the other way. Thank you and have a great show.
Oh,
But
minor technical difficulty. There we go.
this is
We got
fantastic.
the reverse and the obverse.
Wow.
Sweet.
Yeah. That is
Okay.
fantastic.
I want it really
Right?
bad.
Isn't that a nice one?
You know, not only is it a really cool drop letter, but the fact that the leg broke off and was struck right there with it. Oh man, is that
Right?
cool?
So struck through drop letter.
That is
Yeah, struck through drop filling or
struck
drop
through
letter.
drop
Yeah.
letter.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which is
they
just
basically
a
just
hardened
call
piece
it,
of grease with debris in it.
And right next to the device that the filling dropped out of, that the coin's in great condition. Yeah, that's a keeper.
heck yeah.
That's a keeper.
This is one of those errors that could literally be a one of a kind. You may never find or see another one exactly like it. But what's also awesome about this is you could actually find a progression of this. Let's say that R didn't move very far, and when it struck the next coin, it was slightly lower, and it just kept moving. You could find a really cool progression, but wow, this
Mhm.
thing's awesome. I love stuff like this.
And I'm just going to put this out there for those of you that search rolls of quarters and only look for silver. You are most likely not going to find a silver in that roll that is going to be more valuable than this coin right here. So you're missing out on things.
To give you an idea, back in 2011, I found an Iowa State quarter, and it had a drop letter from the Y in Liberty. I ended up selling that coin raw for $280.
Nice.
So to give you an idea, and it wasn't a buy it now listing. I put it up with a 99-cent starter, and it just went crazy.
Yeah.
For 7 days. So yeah, I couldn't particularly give you a value on something like this, but the mere fact that the leg of the R broke off and it didn't stray too far from the actual device that it was meant to happen on.
You're doing
love.
Can I explain this error a little bit to the people in chat that may not know how this happens? Chris, I'm not asking you, Chris. I'm asking you. So what happens is if you look at that obverse, I don't know what Shay's doing. He's playing around.
I know what he's doing. He's making that bird walk, baby.
So that extra R there, you can't tell. Most of you probably can't tell from the photo. Some of you will know. That is actually in Q's, so it's sunk into that coin, which means that whatever was on the surface of that planchet when that coin was struck was raised. So it got struck into that coin, into that planchet. That R on the die was filled with gunk, grease, metal shavings. It had been packed so hard that it dropped out of that filled device, of that device on the die. It dropped out onto that planchet, and when that die came down and struck the planchet, it struck that into the coin. And somewhere along the line, it fell out. It fell off of that. So you can find those with them retained on the coin, but that's rare. scarce.
I love that. I love how that leg broke off and is.
So when you find those, that's an important thing to look for, that's actually incused as opposed to the R in Liberty being raised like it is there. The R below it is incused, sunk in.
The crazy part is that particular drop letter was the R from Liberty. And
Yeah.
for it to just drop within a few millimeters from the actual device it was intended for is just nothing short of amazing. And the fact that it has that broken leg that didn't stray too far from the R, I mean, this thing is just, it's a beast. It's a beast of a coin.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
48th Street Prospecting actually made a really good point. I wanted to talk about it a little bit, but since you brought it up, yeah, you're exactly right. 48th Street or State. I'm sorry. What's going to happen is right before this thing falls out, it's the letter on the die is actually filled with that mint goo, a mixture of grease and dirt and metal shavings, and so the quarters that were struck before it fell out are going to have a weak or non-existent R. And they're cool to find, but not as cool as this.
Right.
This is what you want. A filled letter is easy to find. We see them all the time, but finding a coin struck through a dropped letter like that's pretty special.
Seamus, yeah, it would be really cool now if somebody could find one of these same year in mint mark. I don't remember what year mint mark it was, but with that struck through grease, that struck with that filled letter, that would be cool if we could see an image of one that was done before that R fell out. Another diagnostic of these, you guys, is that if you have something that you think is what this is, you need to be able to match it to a device on that same side of that coin. So if you have like a big, what you think is a big 3 or something like that, and there's not a big 3 on the side of that, on that side of the coin, then it's not a big 3. It's something else.
And it's also worth mentioning that when these hardened pieces of filling fall out, they could also fall backwards in reverse image too. So this part could be, in reverse orientation. It could be upside down. It really doesn't. It's how it falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've shown a few of these on the show now. Seamus had one in the past with the O in of on the back of a Kennedy half.
Remember
Denise,
that girl that had the S?
Yeah, that was Denise.
Yes.
Catania.
Catania.
She had the 69 with the S, dropped S, and it was struck through right near the word sent. So it made it plural. It was really cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah. So we've had a couple of these on the show now. This makes 3 that I remember off the top of my head, and these are among my favorites.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Jesse had a great question. What's it worth? Well, it's worth however much a error specialist is willing to pay for it. Like I had mentioned, I had a 2000 or an Iowa State quarter that had a dropped Y from Liberty, but it was complete and intact on the obverse of the coin. I ended up selling that for $280 back in 2011. I don't know what the market is right now. It's going to be one of those things that if you do want to sell it, that you would probably, I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on whether or not I should get this graded by Annex or NGC.
That's what I was going to say. If it was mine, it would be at Annex. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're looking for affordability, Annex is definitely the place to send a coin. And, they have expert graders and they know what they're looking at. But definitely consider getting one authenticated and then put it on auction and then see where it goes. That's all I can tell you.
This coin's in great shape, and I don't think you'd have any problem, actually probably with any of the TPGs attributing this as authentic.
It's beautiful.
But yeah, but I'd be happy with it in an annex holder.
Me personally, I like it raw because I know what I got. But
right.
Yeah,
But
if it came down to you're looking to liquidate your collection and you have this piece in there, please do. This is one of those instances where I say, yeah, I would certainly consider grading it. There are certain coins you don't have to do that for, but this is one of them here.
Yeah, I like it raw too. I think it just gives more, people who are just starting out into errors and would like to have something like this in their collection. It's a safety net for them.
That would be in my collection for the rest of my life.
Absolutely, me too, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, I got your package sitting right here, Eric.
Eric, the big show winner.
Hang on.
Hey, Eric, it's making it happen, man. He's doing good. Look at that thing.
Your package, Eric.
Wow. It's a brick. Is that a shoebox priority mailbox?
In one of the medium, the medium flat rate ones. Yeah. I actually like them a little bit better just because they hold a little bit more. But if I have wider things, then they don't work. But
hey, back to me, I guess. From Stuart P. Incuse coin damage. Hey, guys and gals. Unfortunately, mint coin photography still evades me, as it does many people, so don't feel bad, Stuart. This is a 2014 D cent with damage radiating from just inside the edge. In the photos, it looks like it is coming out of the coin. However, the damage is actually incuse. Not sure what to think on this one. To this untrained eye, it appears it happened during the minting process, as all of the damage appears to be smooth, like the minted surface, not like simple scratches or mint bag marks. I attached a number of photos.
That's a great question. Great question. Mm-hmm. Well worded.
Yep.
Well, that's different, isn't it? One key thing about this is it's originating right along that ridge ring, which is actually a form of dye deterioration. I think your copper plating is actually starting to peel up because it's worn through right at the peak of that ridge ring.
Ridge. If we could see more of the devices, see if there's any split plating anywhere else. Yeah, man.
Not gonna happen.
No. Not gonna happen. I agree, Chris. I always agree. I have to agree.
All right. Yeah, I'm there with you.
Now, the picture that showed the whole coin, I know we're just barely able to see this area of the coin. It's kind of cut off, but that's actually one of the few areas that actually has the ridge ring on the coin. So it's in the early stages. I also see a little bit of it starting at the L and working down towards the shoulder. That there is called, some people call it a rim ridge or a ridge ring, but it is a form of dye deterioration, and it's very common on Lincoln cents after 1982.
They used to trick me all the time when I started looking for varieties. I held on to a ton of these, hoping that they were going to turn into something.
Well, the thing is, they get really tricky when that ridge ring is actually up in the motto, "In God We Trust," because then it starts to produce a weird type of like dye deterioration doubling, and it can definitely trick people that are just learning.
And that's exactly what it was doing.
Yep.
Yeah, it gives them that separation.
Yep, I'm not.
And the
afraid
thing
of
is,
that.
you're a nickel guy, Jeff, so you should be used to that dye deterioration.
I am all about the dye deterioration. See it constantly. I swim in it.
Do you want to do the next one, Jeff?
I'll do the next one. Do you want me to present? Is it
Yeah.
not? Sure. Let me get switched over here. Give me just a moment. Here you go. From Jonathan Michael Reese, this Indian head scent is missing 2 middle numbers in the date, and I was told it is a grease error. The Morgan, we actually had a couple coins with this submission. I thought I'd just throw them, or these two in there. The Morgan has a split on the rim and a bump of extra metal right in front of her nose.
It's a wart. Just throwing that out there.
And I actually have to move the pictures. So here's our Indian head scents. And these are my new guilty pleasure, by the way. I love Indian head scents. Looks like the date was probably, if I had to guess, it was 1907. But that's what that looks like to me, is grease-filled dye, where the 9 and the 0 are filled, and unlike our quarter that we saw earlier, that grease has not, or the gunk or whatever, has not fallen out. It's still there, and it's obscuring our
I gotta
date.
say it. I gotta say it. Somebody cleaned the crap out of that coin.
Yeah, it looks like
Making me a little upset.
Yeah,
Real
there, you could tell by the, right there in the fields a little bit, and just right there, and I don't know,
I'm a little triggered.
Of it.
Maybe a little sandpaper.
A little bit.
Oh,
well, we'll see if this one's a little.
Hey,
better.
Alice. Thanks for coming by. Mantis.
hi, Alice.
My favorite Disney movie, Alice in Wonderland.
And now Alice in Silverland is even better.
I know, and I love silver. So
She just made her first video. She's all excited about coins, and I'm just stoked to see it. It's
good for
She's
Alice.
She's a stacker.
Alice?
And,
Who the is Alice?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking this is a clash. I would love to see the rest of the coin.
We
looks like
only
a
have
hammer.
these. We only have this picture of it. I know. We were presenting. I went ahead and pulled it. Just because we had
Was that the only one you sent in?
That's it.
Oh.
Yeah. that's
What
the only one we
what
have.
year is that, Jeff?
That is. I don't think he mentions that.
Hmm.
It does kind of look like one of those clashes. I agree.
Yeah, I would. Go ahead.
I took a look at Mad Die Clashes, and it does match up with some of the leaves on the reverse.
Okay, Jonathan. He said he's going to email more pics of it.
Yeah,
Please do.
I'm willing to bet there are more of these anomalies behind her head. And
it's a 21. There's tons of clashes on those too. Yeah.
yeah.
21.
Behind her head, down at the bottom of her head, in the back.
So,
Some in the
Jonathan, here's where you need to go. Go to vamworld.com and click on the left-hand side of the page. It's going to say Morgan Vams by date, and then you can pick 1921 and be prepared to spend some time.
Down, man.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at wow,
Yeah,
page
there's a lot.
after page after page.
There's a lot. Now,
There's at least
by the time
there's at least
1921 came, they were ready to do the peace dollars. They were like, "I'm done. We're done with the Morgan."
Pour some coffee and settle in.
Is this a Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's 120 or 117 listed. They did remove some, but There's more than that because there is, like, let's say VAM 52 has an A and a B. A lot of them have A and B. Some have A1, A2, A3, B1, B2. So yeah, you're going to spend a lot of time trying to find this. I would love to see the pictures of the rest of the coin, because if there's more, then it's going to help narrow it down a little bit. If it's only that one clash mark showing there, it's going to be tough. But a lot of times you're going to have a clash on the obverse and reverse.
All right. Are we ready for another one of mine, or do you have one?
Yeah.
Ready for another one of mine? Okay.
Sure.
Give me a second here.
Oh, I can go. I've got one pitched.
Oh, no, I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
What's wrong, Chris?
My calf just cramped up, and wow.
Wow. Cat's been eating all your coins, man.
No, his calf. He
My
said.
calf, man.
Oh.
Got a Charlie horse.
I thought he said cat too. I was trying to figure that out.
His cat cramped up.
I followed him around for a week. To get the coins. All right. Adam C, 1953 S, Franklin cherry pick. Good evening, panel. I just thought I would share my cherry pick last week that I received in the mail today. It's a very nice FS401 Bugs Bunny variety, graded MS64 PCGS.
Very nice. Keep an eye out for these Bugs Bunny clashes, you guys. You can find them on any year. So
It's not attributed on the slab, which that's one of Adam's specialties.
yeah. Just so you guys know, too, if you want to find some links, you can go to our website also. And we have all of these different links and stuff listed on our website. So you don't have to like write them down. You can just go to the website.
And these classes are created generally from the wingtips of the eagle here.
And sometimes they're really super dramatic.
Yeah.
I think they look more like vampire teeth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So very cool, Adam. All right. Jeff, you ready?
I can be. This is a discussion.
Oh my God. Eric said, I can see Chris stretching his cat to get the cramp out.
What's funny is you can't see me, but I'm on the floor with my leg up on my computer desk trying to stretch it. And I read that comment and laughed a little.
We want to see. What are you doing?
No. Oh my God. I need help.
Pull my finger.
What a great question. From Milpa. We saw a pretty woman that a company is worth more when broken and sold in pieces. Is that true for proof sets?
Depends.
Yeah. The universal depends.
Yeah, it depends.
I think in many cases that is absolutely true. You can get a proof set. I know I can go to my local coin shop and buy a common date proof set for $4.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wanted to cut that open and get those coins out and sell them individually, I could get more than $4. But then you have to put a value on the time it took you to do that, and to me, it's not worth it.
But if you had a 1936 proof set, would you split it up?
Hell no, I wouldn't. Why would anybody split a 36 proof set? I'd smack them for doing that.
Right. So it depends.
Well, I think the most obvious circumstance in that case is, if you found for example, you know, a no S dime, okay,
Yeah.
which exists very infrequently on there. That would be an instance where I would break it out of the case and grade it, or, you know, it really depends. It really depends on the date, because you get to about 1955 and the proof sets get very expensive. So there's got to be a justifiable reason for you to break up the set, whether you found a coin that is deep cameo, which, by the way, is really, really hard for those earlier dated sets. You know, a variety. There's a few things that you would take into consideration. Otherwise, you just keep the set together.
Yeah,
I have an example here, actually, if I can show it. Can I?
yeah, go for it.
So I have this, and it's a bit of a conundrum. I've had it for a while, and I still haven't done anything with it. I have a 1960 proof set with the DDO 001 on the dime. So do I break the set apart, or do I keep it? Do I keep it like this? And does it hold more value taking that dime out and having that dime graded and slabbed, or would it sell as what it is, like this, better? I don't know.
Call me an old school sucker, but man, I hate breaking those up. I just hate doing it.
Yeah.
Even with a variety in there, like Sean had mentioned, the no S dime, you can get an entire proof set graded, and they have a special slab for those. At one point in time, of course, you couldn't, but you can now. So if it's a matter of having to grade it in order to sell it, you can get the entire set graded and slabbed. Of course, then it's big and huge and really hard to store, but I mean, you know, for those people that have to have something graded in order to buy it, I don't know.
Well, I will say this, that those multi-coin big old brick slabs like NGC, they're awesome looking.
They are awesome. Those are some of the few slabs I actually like.
Yeah, but storage is always a problem. I think one of my favorites was the 3-coin set with the Wisconsin highly
Yes, I knew you were going to say that.
on one slab. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
That's neat. I don't think I've seen that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Every once in a while, I see one of those at a show.
I do set collect. I mean, I'm an album collector as well, so I do like to assemble a nice, complete run. And I also, part of my personality is I'm a bit of a completionist. So I have to have one of everything. So I've actually customized a lot of my albums so that I can fit all of the proof coins, all of the strikes for that particular coin in there. The America the Beautiful sets that I have, I bought 3 of those Lighthouse albums because I like them, even though they stink like all get out. But they're good albums. I'll bring my camera up. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Well, I bet that penny set really bothers you, doesn't it?
The what set?
The Lincoln Cent set.
What Lincoln Cent set?
Well, the 1955 and the 1909 SVDB, you got to fill them all.
Yeah, well,
for that completionist in you.
So far, yeah, those are kind of that's for later. That's
For later.
But yeah, this is my Lighthouse album for America the Beautiful. It's one of them. I only have P&D uncirculated in here. I have 3 more albums like this that I've customized so that I could put proof, silver proof. Then I've got the reverse strikes, and then you've got 1 year of the satin, and then you've got the W's and stuff. when I'm done, I'm gonna have every single one of them in there. So
Wow.
OCD, man.
I've broken the sets up for those, but I do the same thing with nickels and a few other things. I can't do everything, and it's a challenge. And I just, I take my time with it. I find, I don't get too crazy with it. I don't have to have everything all at once. I take my time with it, but that's kind of my take on the breaking the proof sets up. It depends. When you start talking about varieties and special proof sets, I don't know. I'm gonna have a hard time breaking those old guys up.
Well, my biggest reason for not breaking it up is because I bought it from Ken like 3 years ago.
Oh, well, yeah, you're not going to break that one up. But yeah, I got a set I cherry picked and I broke it out and I'm going to send it in probably. And the other ones, I can sell the silver $50, 90%er, and I can put the really cherry Lincoln cent in the book. And yeah, I could do all sorts of stuff with it. But hey, that's the beautiful thing. I got a whole set of coins there, beautiful condition. Do whatever I want with them. If it's nicer than any of the other ones that I have, I can get rid of the other ones. I don't know.
Hey, Element, do you have one of those desks where there's just coins all over the place and books and all that stuff? Because that's normal. I just want to let you know.
You're okay.
Yeah. You're safe in our company.
See, what bothers me is when I cut that coin out of the mint set, I can't leave the rest of them in the package. I have to go ahead and cut them all out because put them in safe packaging.
Oh, especially especially the newer ones with the copper coin looking, it says D or P on it.
Yeah.
I got to cut all of them out.
Yeah. Oh, I have a whole box full of mint tokens.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'll ever do with them. But
I think I got about like 3 rolls of them.
Yeah.
I've accumulated over the course of 20 years or something.
I've spent them.
Yeah.
Wow, Jeff. Wow.
Do they work in vending machines?
Huh?
Do they
No.
work?
No, but the bank will take them when you throw them in their rolling machine.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
aren't they the standard weight of a copper-coated zinc? I mean, it's just a regular Lincoln cent planchet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it won't take the gold one that goes in like the 80s proof sets that was
that big one.
for the dollar. I tried that. That doesn't go in the rolling machine. They don't take those.
Well, maybe
Trying to game the system for a Crystal Pepsi, huh?
Starting to show your true colors, Jeff.
Yeah. I think I just admitted to the fact that I was trying to defraud the bank.
Well, maybe, who knows? Maybe there's a guy out there collecting mint tokens.
I know. I would just love to find it. I would love to find it again. That's
All right. Let me see. I think I have another one. If anybody else doesn't have one.
Hey, David Edmiston, if you can see the email address you on the screen, you could send us pictures of what you have.
Element. Yeah. I outed myself.
Who wants to read that one?
I'll read it. It's from Carolyn Michelman. I hope I got that right. 1981 P&D mint quarters. I recently came across 2 P mint and 2 D mint quarters. I am not good at grading, but these coins are in better shape than I would have expected. I would like your opinion on the quarters, and I am wondering if I should send them for grading. Let's check her out.
Oh, coming.
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulty.
You got one of those problem picture sets.
I thought you were on the commode.
Sorry.
His click things are cramping up.
I'm good for one stupid comment a show.
It's almost a guarantee, huh?
Pretty much. Well, I'll tell you what, they are pretty nice looking. I see some cartwheel luster there.
So I'm going to say our normal standard,
81 P&D, is that right?
Yeah.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah. So my normal thing that we've been telling folks is that, and don't take this the wrong way. It's not anything against you, but we get the question a lot, and I feel like if you don't know the answer to that, you should wait and not have it graded until you do. And there's a whole lot of, I don't know. We hear advice on YouTube out there in the whole gamut, the whole range. Oh, you should have that graded. That's awesome. Well, why are you going to have it graded? There's a number of questions you should really ask yourself. Why do you want to grade it? And because there are different reasons that we would tell you, yeah, then you should get it graded, or no, absolutely not. So again, it's one of those things where it depends. And it really depends on what you want to do with the coin and what your goals are. So,
yeah, for on NumisMedia, for this to be even worth getting graded for a P or a D, you would have to get a 68 or above. 67 would give you a little bit, $100, $175. But you're going to eat up a lot of that profit margin by paying for the grading and insurance and shipping, and so yeah, like Shay said, you really should at least know how to get in the ballpark of what that grade of that coin is, and then be able to know where to look up the values of that coin and what kind of grade you would have to get to make it worth the cost of the grading and shipping and insurance.
Here's what I would recommend. Take these coins and start yourself a nice album.
Yes.
These are, almost uncirculated. They're nice coins, although I do see, a few nicks and dings here and there. Not grade worthy, but very nice looking coins, very eye appealing. And for 81s, they're also pretty strong strikes.
Yeah.
I don't see a whole lot of dye deterioration going on this coin. Really nice looking. And honestly, if I came across this in my change or in a roll, I would actually set it aside. I have a whole tub of coins that I set aside that are in conditions like this, and I use them to fill albums, eventually for sale, or upgrades for what I currently have in my collection. So that's what I would recommend.
Let's put it this way: it doesn't have the spaghetti hair like it does in like the 90s. So that's kind of a love it or hate it kind of design change right before the state quarters were released.
So Cindy was asking about A and type. What did she say? A and B reverse. I don't believe that there is a reverse design variety.
No, those are in the 50s, correct?
Yeah.
I'm not real big on quarters.
Yeah, I don't believe that there is for 81. I think
variety
like 72. It looks like was maybe the last year that 72.
I think you're right.
I'll tell you this: when you set aside coins, when you first start collecting the coins that you think are excellent shape, excellent condition, look good in your album, and then you go back, a few years later with you know, let's say you buy another mint set of that year or whatever, and you kind of look at it, and you really start to see, God, you're like, man, I thought at that time that was a beautiful coin and that was flawless, but I'm looking at this one right here, and no, this one's in much better shape. I've amazed myself at what I used to think was an excellent condition coin, and it's at that point that I start realizing that, you know, my skills and my exposure to, and it goes back to looking at coins, you know, for years and years, and having experience with that and learning what really makes up a nice condition coin. That opinion of mine has changed over the years, and I'm much more discerning of what is a good condition coin and what is an average condition coin.
Now, wasn't it 82 and 83 where they didn't make 8 mint sets?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just made the souvenir sets, 82 and 83.
Yeah, I thought so.
No mint sets.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing to think about is the 1980s were the year of the coin operated machines, man. I don't know about you guys, but I was popping quarters in like crazy.
Oh, heck yeah. Centipede, Pac-Man.
Asteroids, Defender.
They ruined a lot of quarters back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to put your quarter on the screen to let them know you're next.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Or on the pool table. You do it on the pool table too.
Oh, I think back to that time. How many silver quarters did I pump into the stupid Defender?
Well, if it's early 80s, you're probably more likely keeping them, because wasn't that right around the Hunt Brothers run-up? Was like 1980, 81?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, so people were saving their silver quarters because of that.
Blues.
So this is from Jeff Dunn. Go ahead, Chris.
Nope, you got it.
No, go ahead. You read much better than I do.
Well, there goes my chips and salsa.
Well, that's all right.
1922 D Lincoln, week D. Attached are some photos of a 22D. Looks to be rare, but could be a week D. Can you please let me know what you think?
Yeah, he showed it to me, and I wasn't ready to make any kind of call, so I said, we'll send it to the Q&A. I forwarded the pictures. We'll have them look at it. My biggest problem with it right there is that photo right there. Well, now you're getting a little too close. Really, we don't need to see microscopically. Hello? Can you go back out? My biggest problem right there is that picture is I have a hard time saying that is not like where, or somebody didn't try to remove the D. I mean, I wasn't ready to make a call, so
It does look like there's a hit on that 9. I see what you're saying, and across the
because of the way the surfaces look, and I know 1922 is notorious for a weak strike, whether it's on reverse or obverse. It just has that appearance that it was acid dipped at one point and then recirculated. I don't know. I'm funny about it.
Yeah, something. I gotta, you know, and then
because on a week D, traditionally, I mean, the date is relatively struck well enough that it sets itself apart from the actual mint mark.
That's the perfect diagnostic right there, Sean. You got a strong date and weak mint mark. In this case, there's no difference. They're both weak. I think the coin is too worn to tell for sure.
The corn But now he was looking, he had a valid point, looking at the different reverses.
Because on a plane 22, I believe there's 4 different reverses.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yo, Empyrean, I go ham on everything.
I can't remember which reverse he said he thought it might match up to. I don't remember which reverse he said he thought it might match up to. But, even with that, I don't know. I'm not going to even try to make a call on it because it's just there's something funky there.
Well, based off of the condition of the coin, I think we could all agree that there is a physical D. Okay, it's not a 22 plane, which
right.
You could kind of throw out the whole like, oh yeah, it's worth $200 assessment on this one, because even in this condition state, even a weak D and a 22D with actual strong mid mark, it gets to a certain grade level, and it's like it's immaterial what you have at that point. It's still going to be a $5 coin, for example, at an AG3. So,
yeah, just to put it in perspective, Tim Rathjen has been selling the crap out of 22 week Ds lately. That are problem coins, and he's been binning them for $10 a piece.
Oh wow!
So
now here's a good resource. It's called the Lincoln Cent resource, and it shows all of the dot pairs. And I don't think it matches any one of them, to be honest with you. So I would check that out.
Yeah, Cindy, I agree. This would just be a place marker for this particular date until you get something better.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty good lesson, because this particular date in which there are no actual Philadelphia minted coins is kind of a neat date to research.
Yeah, so I don't know. There you go.
All right. Jeff, are you ready?
I'm ready. I got one. Wait. Yeah.
Whoop. Sorry.
I was making sure it's on my face. All right. From Lyman. Hello, panel. Hope you enjoy this as much as I did. The condition was amazing, to me at least. Let me go to the first picture. I didn't organize my pictures.
Pretty coin.
Pretty coin. I like not a lot of marks on it. Stripe looks pretty decent on it.
So what do we got? We got is that a retained cud or what is it?
Yet.
We got a crack.
Oh, that's all the way up there at the tip. I don't know. We need to see if it's
right there. Yeah, we do. I've got some good. I have some. He took some good pictures of it. I'm kind of enjoying the appearance of this coin actually myself. Just a few little stains, little spots on it, but it's a good coin. It's to me it looks well struck.
The fields are pretty clean on this one.
Yeah.
Where normally you would get a nick or a tick here and there.
That is just a die crack.
So now we're getting down into the molecular level there.
Yeah, that looks like just a die crack.
Well, I think they're actually calling these pre-cuds now.
Yeah, I hate that, but
so a pre-cud and then a retained cud and then a cud.
Yeah, but for it to be a retained cud or pre-cud, you have to have some displacement of the metal.
Yeah.
And I don't see that on that. I don't see any evidence of the metal being displaced horizontally or anything. No vertical displacement. I'd be more inclined to say that that's just a big old.
Yeah, there's
die crap.
there's a little
Yeah, I
bit
agree with you,
of
Paul.
deterioration on the obverse.
Huh?
There, a little bit of deterioration on that obverse there. Looking at the L and the rim there.
And we actually have seen several listings on Cuds on Coins that we've agreed on that, and Shumar has looked at them too, that we don't, they're calling them retained Cuds, and us, it's missing that key factor, which is the displacement, which means that there has to, because that piece of that die is about ready to break, when it strikes that coin, it shifts just enough that it displaces the metal a little bit. So
Can we go back one picture, please?
Right there.
Right there. That to me looks like above the crack, it's a little bit higher. The surface, the field is a little bit higher above the crack than it is below the crack. And that's why I believe this is a pre-cud. And I think it does show displacement.
Yeah, it could be on that photo, yeah.
Yeah. No, not side to side. I think it's actually the height of the field that is displaced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, on that photo.
Yeah, that picture kind of tells the story there.
But, yeah, so now you can see what Chris is talking about and what I was talking about with displacement. I didn't see that on that first photo. But what Chris was saying about how that's raised up a little bit more. That's the displacement.
That's the picture right there that finishes it up. It gives us that final numismatic clue, little piece of evidence that we need.
Good job, Chris. Thanks for pointing that out.
No, I got an eagle eye, baby.
Oh, I know. I didn't notice that on that when they zoomed in. I did, but from far away, I didn't notice that.
No.
But you can
Well,
also
these
see,
are really tricky. The ones that have the height difference, but no side to side or top to bottom displacement, those are the tricky ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that if you went on Cuds on Coins and looked at the 1954 S's, they may have a listing for one that may look like it follows the pattern of that one. This may have turned into a full-on Cud a little bit later on.
Well, they could have that listed under their retained Cud listings also. So and if it's not, there is a section on Cuds on Coins where you can send them your pictures, and I will just say good luck to you. And have it listed if you cannot match it up.
Yep, these are excellent pictures, but they're very selective with the pictures that they will publish, and they're not afraid to turn down something that they feel like does not meet their standards, which I can respect that to some extent. You know, that's a good shot right there. Thank you for all the pictures.
Even that, without zooming in, I wouldn't have been able to tell that was lifted.
Yeah, and playing around with your lighting a little bit. Sometimes different lighting, same angle or whatever for the photo, but playing around with the lighting a little bit can kind of help when you're trying to show a variety or certainly an error on a coin that can help us.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to experiment. I've been playing around with photography now here for a long time, and I'm just now getting to where I feel confident in making really good coin pictures.
So for your new collectors, this is where people will you'll see people talking about chips and Cuds or just Cuds. They'll say, oh, I think there's a Cud on the B in Liberty. This is where, for it to be a Cud, this is what it has to be at the rim like this. And it can't just be willy-nilly anywhere on the coin, where chips can be. They can be anywhere. Chips, cracks, breaks. But for it technically to be a cut, it has to involve the rim. So
it doesn't involve the rim. It's an interior die break.
Or a die break, or a crack, yeah, or a chip.
Or a chip.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
Just a little terminology lesson there.
Yeah, yeah. They may be similar, but very different.
Yep. I have one more, Shay, unless you've got some.
Go for it. I don't have any more.
You don't have any more? You're out?
Mm-hmm.
Wake up, Chris.
What about me?
I can read it.
Oh, was it my turn? Sorry, I'm in the middle of reading something else too. Anyway, from Shantiam, hi all. First, thank you all for the education and material to help noobs like me navigate the Byzantine, intricately involved body of information in numismatics. Attached for your review is pretty straightforward. What is this and how did it happen? I like that. It's plain and simple. Also asked on CCF. Many thanks. Shantium.
Now, I just a quick word. Oh,
sorry.
A quick word about the use of the word Byzantine in there. I put that definition in there because I actually had to go look up the usage when I was editing. So I had never heard that word used like that.
Oh, moly.
Wow.
Pictures are a little bit lacking, but I thought we'd just go ahead and give it a shot here.
Is that the only picture?
No, we got.
Ooh, I like that edge image there.
Yeah, the edge.
I like that edge.
Yeah, Shantium's got herself or himself. I don't know if it's a he or she, but yeah, this nice defective coin you got here. Shantium.
I think there's a couple different things going on there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, here's one of those instances where I will actually accept the term defective planchet.
Yeah.
I think that's such a loose term that can be broken down and described a little bit further in most cases. But in this one, I think Paul is right. You got a couple things going on, all kind of related, but it looks like you have a lamination as well as a void, which would be like a fissure in the metal.
Yeah, and so makes you wonder, was there a contaminant in that caused it to crack during the strike? Was it cracked during the upsetting mill? You know, I don't know that it looks like it probably happened during the strike. That would be my guess.
I actually think it was in the metal strip before it was even punched out.
You think it was rolled in?
I think it's a fissure.
Right, rolling induced fissure.
No, I don't think it was induced by rolling. I just think it's every once in a while you have a void in metal when you heat up metal and mix it. You know, you get air pockets and gas pockets in it, and it causes fissure.
Well, that's why I'm saying the contaminant in that, or something in that caused the lamination.
Yes.
Yeah. But did that crack? You think that crack happened before?
Well, yeah, I think that was a void in the metal. I think it was a gas pocket both of those things are directly related. You know, it's contaminants. You keep in mind you are mixing metals together under extreme heat, so it causes gases to form. If those gases can't escape, they get trapped inside the metal, and it causes these pockets or fissures. I think it's a really cool error, to be honest with you.
No, it's very cool. It's very cool. What year was that?
62.
62. So that would be the last year they had tin in the mixture, other than the 2009. Sean, are you? Oh, Sean's muted.
Yeah, I'm still around.
I know. I didn't know if you were like sitting there talking to yourself or if you were talking to us. And you
No, I'm talking with my daughter.
I just
She
like your lips moving.
scream all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, it's 7 o'clock. So no
Yes,
ice
please.
cream.
Ice
Come
cream.
on, give the poor girl ice cream.
Come on. Come on, Dad.
Everybody on the group is lobbying for you to have ice
Come
cream.
on, Dad. Give her ice cream.
Ice cream, ice cream.
Ice cream.
We all scream for ice cream.
Oh my
He's
god!
like-
You guys are not helping. Thank you.
I know. Sorry.
But the wifey says no. So yeah. Anyways,
We're bad influence.
Well, awesome. Well, I think
Yeah.
Amanda has some coins loaded up. I think we should switch over and see what she's got.
What a great coin. And if you don't want it, I'll take it.
When Paula says stuff like that, Shantium, you know it's a good coin. So don't get caught up in the temptation.
Bless you. All right, I'll read this one. From 48 State Prospecting, 1868 Shield Nickel Off Center Strike with Cud. Came across this the other day. Looks to be struck off center. I'm aware that these dies were extremely overused and crack are common. The crack on the T and R and trust are aligned with the anomaly on the opposite side, but wanted to know if this was a Cud and if it is off center enough to count and also create a premium. Is this coin worth grading? And since I'm new to the hobby, can I have your best guess on condition and grade? Thank you for your time.
Oh boy, shield nickel. I got one right here. In fact,
Oh
I have
boy.
an 1868 with something similar right here.
Ooh.
Nice crack starting at the C, I believe. Maybe not. Starting at the tip of the A. Almost looks like it goes to the C.
Yeah. Oh, mine's on the obverse though.
Is that a picture that somebody just bought off of eBay?
Why did you see it?
I think so. I think I was bidding on it at one point. Somebody got it.
That was almost 2 years ago.
Come on, can we see the rest of the coin?
That was the marble countertop looked familiar.
Look at that. Look at that. The marble, you recognize the marble count?
Yeah, the marble. Oh, I commit these coins to memory when I'm bidding on them. It may have been a similar coin on another marble countertop, easily done.
48 State Prospecting said, no, I got this coin live on live stream win.
Whoa.
Wow, that's a special coin.
I actually gave one of these away in the big show last night, 1872.
Beautiful coin.
Yeah.
Nice. So these are notorious for die cracks and such. In fact, you probably would have a hard time finding one that didn't have a die crack. Not that they aren't like way cool, because I like to pick the one I gave last night was real close to being a shattered die. But to me, it gives them so much more character. I really love them. Where'd Chris go?
I'm busy. Sorry, Paula. I got so many things going on.
No, you're good. Just every once in a while, you know, burp or something. Make a noise.
I got issues going on at work I'm trying to take care of.
Take care of your issues, honey. I just need to make sure you're still here. That's all.
I am still alive. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, that's a beautiful coin.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a question? I forgot. Because that coin is hot.
Shield nickel.
That coin is hot. Not sure if those little fine lines are some type of funky cleaning or not, but.
So the question was, what grade or condition do you think it's in?
Oh man, you know, myself, I don't try to grade a coin from a picture. I think that, you know, we typically reply in our emails that we might be able to give you a ballpark, but I don't like trying to do that. So if one of you guys wants to hop in and see if you can, I mean, we just went through these last night, Shay, right?
If I had to provide some sort of range, except 40 to 45 on this one.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of luster.
No.
Yeah, that's the one thing too. Sometimes that's hard to capture from a photo.
Mm-hmm. You know what's kind of interesting is that I don't know, maybe you can get a little close up on that shield, but I don't see the weekly, you know, it's not weekly struck like I would expect on some of these. It looks like yeah, you can kind of see up in the top area of the shield there. Yep.
Missing those lines around the shield, like we said.
Yeah. Did y'all look closely at that one in the date? What is that?
I'm like, is that an RPD?
Yeah.
It looks like in the shadow of the top flag of the one.
Okay. I don't think so. Well, yeah. I think Sean's right on that.
Yeah, I would say XF45, XF40, somewhere in that area.
This is the RPD on mine.
Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh, yeah, below the 8. This is that what we were looking at. Yeah, okay.
That's the one that I got that night. Remember the first time you introduced me to that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta get it.
All right.
That's a wish list coin, huh?
Well, it wasn't until I saw it, and then I got it.
You know, it's crazy because I got a well-rubbed shield nickel in one of my first boxes, either first or second box of nickels coin roll hunting. And man, was I just floored.
That's fun. That's fun.
How in the world did that make it through circulation?
I've only found one, and that was years ago when I was managing a restaurant. It was 1869, and it's in poor condition.
Man, I found 2 so far. All of the cents that I have looked through, boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes, I found 2 Indian, and they were dogs. But man, you'd have thought I won the lottery. I was so excited. I was excited.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, we got another email.
Anytime I find something old like that.
How did we lose him? What happened? I don't know what happened.
From Element 47, a 1945 Walking Liberty hat with no initials. Hey guys, it's been a couple weeks. I found this the other day and have been meaning to send it and ask what you think. I am fairly certain that what I found here is a 1945, no designer initials, Walking Liberty half. I can see a very faint ghost of what is probably the initials in certain angles and lighting, but for all intents and purposes, there are no initials there. According to the link I included, there will be a faint shadow of the initials near the rim, which is what I think I have.
And I put the link in the private chat.
I love these people, these questions and all the research they're doing. Oh my gosh. So exciting.
I don't see AW there. Oh, I see something there. What is that? Remnants?
I don't know. Kind of looks like it was a little bit polished, but maybe I'm just the skeptic of the group.
What's the wear look like on the rest of the coin? Ooh, it's got a little bit of wear. Yeah, it's got a fair amount on the thighs and certainly the breast. But that's I don't know, that's a protected area right there. I wouldn't think that would receive too much wear, even with the wear on that coin.
Should have AEW for Adolf Weinman.
She's pulling out the book.
Yeah.
Adam Chambers, the grading companies will give this the FS 901 for partial missing. No, we're not saying you polished it, Element.
No, yeah, no.
No. Mm-mm.
What was the year?
1945.
1945.
So this would be, I mean, I don't know anything about this variety. I'm not going to claim I do because I don't. I'm assuming it's the same as the other varieties with like the 3.5 leg buffalo and stuff over abrasion of the die. Is that what causes this, or did they just not put the initials at all? Because if like Adam's saying partial misting, then it must be a die abrasion thing, right?
I would call it a die, an abraded die variety.
Right.
That would be my assumption. Certainly, if
Like the no FGs on the Kennedys and such. Okay, thanks, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, it is a cherry picker FS 901 listing. I'm looking to see if there are any pickup points that I could look at, markers I could look at, but didn't list any.
Someone might have. I got it in a roll of silver $50 on eBay.
Nice.
Supposedly overpolished, according to what I read. I just yeah. That's most of those like two feather buffaloes, the missing FGs, things like that.
So the initials should be to the right of $50 underneath the wingtip there and underneath the branch. You should see, and you can kind of see a little mark where it should be.
I do a lot of research, JC. I just have not.
And you definitely, you can't see the Adolf Wyman initials, AW, very clearly there. And so it could be, but I'd have to get up closer and look under a microscope, because I do this all the time with the NoFG Kennedy half dollars. I see that people scrape them off and stuff.
So did you see what Captain Jigga said? He thought there was a year. He said, I thought there was a year they forgot them. I have a certified one where the initials were hand carved since they were forgotten.
Yeah, the 44D has a hand engraved initials, but the 45 has the missing initials.
Okay.
But it doesn't even specify why they're missing in the cherry pickers. But
did they engrave those in the same area?
On the 44D, yeah.
Yeah. Do they look different?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they look very different.
Do they?
Yeah.
What a weird thing to do.
Yeah. Well, not so much. I mean, they have a history of re-engraving dies, like the 1950 Franklin proofs or the 1972 Lincoln Cent.
Yeah, but just to go, oops, we forgot it.
1971.
Carve these in right here. Yeah. It's just weird.
Yeah, yeah.
No bad daisies. Hello, SJ.
Hi, SJ. Once again, okay, from Ida Herring, 1923, S. Lincoln Cent Woody. Once again, I'm seeking your expert advice. Is this a woody, which I know is an improper alloy mix, or parallel incuse lines that are formed on the metal's surface during the minting process? Or are these roller marks, as I like to call them, since most of my woodies turn out to be roller marks?
Only on your 80s.
Always thank you for your expertise and for being there for all of us amateur coin collectors.
I bet it's a woody.
Yeah, it's a 1923.
Yeah, Adam on his little ribbon on his ponytail, right? That's where they were re-engraved on the Jeffersons. Okay, sorry. Yes, that's a woody, Ida. Woo! Thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
That's a nice one.
Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that.
And you know my address.
Hubba, hubba.
Where's Frank? Did he fall asleep? By the way, you guys, Frank is doing well.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. Well, you guys knew. I was telling them in chat.
Very nice, Ida. Thank you for sharing.
MD. That's MD. Very nice. Sean, you look so serious right now.
Serious, because we're about ready to talk about
read the
Morgan,
question.
right?
From Josh R.
All right, so this is from Josh R. regarding a 84.0 Morgan dollar. Hello, everyone. I bought this 84.0 Morgan dollar just a week ago on a Facebook coin group. The coin appeared to me to have a lamination error, but once I got it in hand, I'm kind of second guessing it. What do y'all think about this one? Thanks.
Cindy's like, perk. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
What do I say? Don't second guess yourself.
Yeah. You got it.
Yep.
What say you, Sean? Sean?
My question is, did he buy this on the Facebook group and it was marketed as a lamination?
I think they said it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it is a lamb.
But that's pretty cool to see on a nice high grade coin like that. That would trip up a lot of people into thinking that it might be something else.
Very nice. Cindy, nice cheek. Cindy likes her Morgans.
Pretty luster on that too. It's interesting how it breaks up that the struck luster on there.
I love that little hair curl right there at the bottom. I like it when that's when it's struck well and you can see all the little hair detail. I like that little hair curl.
Well, gosh, Josh.
Josh.
You got yourself a good one.
Yeah.
You did.
Nicely
Yeah.
done.
Well done.
Oh, Mikey's been so excited. He's been talking about this all day. Where are you at, Mikey?
Shame on us for making him wait.
Well, we go in order. We go in order.
Mikey likes it.
Mikey likes it. Where are you at,
Remember that
Mikey?
commercial?
I hope he's still here. He's
Yeah.
going to be upset. Oh, awesome, John. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Hey, John.
We have a blast here. Okay, I'll read it from Archaeology Mikey. 2012 S-Clad Proof Dime. Is this a die crack on the reverse of my 2012 S-Clad Proof Roosevelt Dime? Mikey, wake up. There's a giveaway. Just kidding. If you say giveaway, Mike will pop in. It's the keyword. Can't tell from that. Oh. Man, that's... I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's a die crack. Maybe struck through. Maybe a strike through. Or maybe a scratch. I don't know. Chris, wake up, Chris. Give us your opinion.
I'm really busy. Sorry. I'm
Oh,
going to
no,
have to leave
it's okay. It's okay.
I'm really wishing that
It's a scratch.
because I'm envisioning like this coin coming out of a 2x2 and it's staple inadvertently dragging across it. I'm hoping that's not what it is.
In my opinion, that's a scratch. I mean, I
How it changes. It goes to a point and
It just looks really angular. It doesn't a crack. I would expect to. You might see some angles, but you also see some.
Sorry, Cindy. Even Cindy's getting in on the staple business. Whatever. You guys are all against me. It's a conspiracy. I'm never gonna live that down. Yeah, I think it's a scratch too.
But it'll never happen again.
Definitely not a die crack, Mikey. No, it will not ever happen again. You're correct.
From Adam Chambers, a 1960 Franklin half. Here's another cherry pick off of eBay. This is the 1960 Franklin FS402 obverse die clash. This coin is graded MS64 by NGC. I included my pictures of the coin and also the two PCGS example pics of the variety. Thanks.
Well, Seamus, but we did see a strike through on a proof Lincoln. Actually, there were two of them that was interrupted. So, but I know what you're saying there. But that's
Is it the bit behind the head?
What was the question?
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out where the clash was.
Oh man, that somebody tried to polish that away. That's for sure. A braid. the clash away. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Mm-mm.
All I see is die file lines.
Yeah, I see that there may have been a clash on that die at one point and they braided it away. Oh yeah, they definitely they really worked on that die.
By the 60s, they were saying no more Bugs Bunnies.
Back of the head, Eric said. Back of the head.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I saw something on the back of the head. But it looks like they had clashing elsewhere where they definitely tried to clean it up.
Oh yeah, that die was. They were really working on that die.
And these are the example pictures.
Yeah.
What is it now? What? I'm lost in something. What was?
Can we go back to the question?
Yeah, thank you. Cherry pick off eBay. This 1960 FS 402 Armor Strike Clash. This coin is great. It includes.
So the clash is visible in the back of the head, according to him, and
Well, we
the
haven't even seen a
scratches,
picture of the back of the head yet.
the scratches are die markers to confirm, if I'm understanding correctly.
Okay. Well, we haven't seen the back of the head yet.
Oh, I see something there. Yeah.
I see something there too. Right there. Now I see that.
Right.
But we didn't see any pictures of the back of the head.
Yeah, right there at the top of the neck, at the bottom part of the.
The clash under the nose is what you're trying to match up. The clash under the nose. Where is the clash under the nose?
There is no clash. It was braided away. So
yeah,
that's where the confusion is here, I think, Adam. The clash no longer exists because it was removed by abrasion. That's not a clash mark. That's abrasion.
Talking about right at where the lip and the nostril meet. That little bump there, is that maybe remnants of the clash? Is that what he's looking at? I don't know.
He said the lines under the nose. And,
no, those are polishing lines.
Yeah.
Those are not polishing, abrasions. They're dye abrasions, where there was a clash, like Chris said, and they abraded the clash away.
They're the dye markers for the clash that we see on the back of the head. Is the way I'm reading it.
Yeah. Yeah, those could be dye markers, but did anybody look up the FS 402?
Nope, I'm trying to multitask here.
I
keep getting called on, so I figured I better answer something.
Yeah.
Before Paula sends me a nasty gram.
Stop it.
I mean, I don't need to look anything up. I don't care what they're calling it. There is no clash visible there. It's dye abrasion lines. You know, you can use them as dye markers, but there's no clash visible there. We're all looking at it. I don't need a website to tell me, just like I don't need PCGS to give me a grade of a coin.
No, I'm just looking to see if where they're calling the FS 402, where they are saying the clash is. If it's the clash in the head.
Is that in the Cherry Picker's Guide, or is that on?
I'm looking on PCGS Coin Facts right now.
It's not cherry pickers. They got they skipped a 63 from like 59.
This is a 1960.
So it looks like it.
Obverse die clash.
Yep, not in my guide.
Where is the die clash? I don't know. I'm trying to find on PCGS CoinFacts where the die clash is. I'm gonna share. Is that his coin, Amanda?
Yeah, someone asked to see the reverse of it.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. So this is PCGS CoinFacts.
So it's just saying obverse die clash. It's not specifying where it's at.
No, and I'm not seeing anything on theirs right there.
No, those are just, you can use them as die markers.
And I'm not seeing anything in the back of the head. I'm not sure where the die clash is.
Is it on Variety Vista? Oh, no, I guess it wouldn't be.
No. Mm-mm.
Shit.
Yeah, Adam said to check Franklin Lovers.
Yeah, I'm on Franklin Lovers too.
Oh, okay.
D and can we focus in on D and God? Because they've got a marker. It'd be a.
What are they saying the marker is?
It's a horizontal little gouge.
Right above the
I
D?
don't see that on the PCGS one, so it might be later. They've got a couple die states in there. All right, so it may be a later die state.
I don't know. This one is. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything on that. So. It's weird that it's
I think we're going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I do too. It's weird that it's a cherry picker's guide variety and it's so unclear. Yeah. Well, is that the bottom of the bell? No. Just below the initials? No. It's above the W. It's above the W in we. That one dot. That one dot is a clash? That's weird.
I don't think so, Jose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Now, I think if anything, it's
I think they're reaching. That's
I
what I
do
think they're doing. I think they're reaching to put an attribution number on something that might have been a decent clash before they removed it.
Mm-hmm.
So is it the dot that's on that bevel of the bust right there?
Okay, I'm going to bring up Mad Die Clashes and show you guys the overlay because, and then, hang on. Because that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Hang on. Why isn't it bringing it up? Hang on. It's still not bringing it up. Let's do it this way. You see that? Now, why isn't it bringing that up? I don't understand. This is frustrating. Because I'm not clicking on the right thing. That's my bad. Okay. Can you see it? Yes. So a dot above the we makes no sense, right?
Actually, that would be the very, very top of the bell, that little notch.
That's above the E.
Well, there's another one above the
They were
wings.
saying it was over here. Okay. They're saying it's like right above the we, the left tip of the we, I think is what they're talking about. That's more up towards the bust.
I see something right above the very right of the W. If you click on the far right point of the W and go straight up, I see something right there.
Like almost touching the bust?
Maybe 3/16 of an inch below the bust.
Yeah, it's right in the fields, right? I
Yeah.
see it too.
Right there, I see that.
Right
Little
to the
tiny-
left of that shiny dot.
Yeah, I see that too. And that could be it.
That could be it.
But man, that's a stretch. I mean, and that's a cherry pickers variety.
Well, technically, I guess, since they gave it a number, but obviously they didn't think it was worth putting in the book. You know, I would go, if you look at Wexler's website, he has, thousands and thousands of listings, but only some of them are best of varieties, and this one wouldn't qualify. But it's cool, and it's neat to find that stuff and be able to match it up with the die scratches.
Ant said the 402 is Bugs Bunny Clash. Well, on PCGS, when I looked that up on PCGS Coinfax, there was no Bugs Bunny there. There was a bunch of diabrasion lines, just like on this. I didn't see one. I didn't even see a baby tooth. Okay, Adam. Okay, well,
Yeah.
so we've spent a lot of time on this. And I don't think that, I don't know. I think that they can probably do just as good a research on it as we've been able to do.
1, 2, 3, break. Sorry.
I don't think I ever want to see another Franklin $50.
Well,
I was gonna say, yeah, keep looking. I mean, yeah.
I think he's got a whole set of them. I think he's got a whole set. He's definitely got a lot of them. Some really good ones. So
Yeah.
keep going. All right, what we got next from Seamus Omaha?
Sorry, you guys. That was a bit long-winded.
1958 D Lincoln Wheat Cent DDO 002. Dear panel, I'm pretty sure this is a DDO 002 and or WDDO-007. I haven't been able to match up any die markers from Wexler's or Wiles listings. The toning on the coin hides a lot of the die scratches that could otherwise be die markers. My coin may be a different die stage than either of the two listings. My questions are, is my coin one of these two DDOs? And do you think that DDO2 and WDDO7 are the same identical variety? So I did take a look at some of these, and you're right. So DDO002, a Variety Vista listed variety, has a die chip on the right side of that T. But we should probably show them the doubling. There's the front, reverse. There you go. Now, what I did notice, Seamus, is that the WDDO7, that doubled part under the B, is just shaped slightly different. So I would say this was closer to DDO2 on Variety Vista. And I think
my question is, where does the mint mark match up, or were there even pictures on Wexler?
So there are no pictures on Wexler, so that's a good point. I can't tell you whether your mint mark matches up with 007 to confirm whether it's the same because of that. But on Variety Vista, it does. Your coin does match the mint mark placement.
From what I can tell.
So I think it's DDO2, but it's a different stage. The one on Variety Vista doesn't look like it has that line under the L.
It doesn't have a die chip on the crossbar.
It doesn't have the one on Variety Vista has a die chip on the T in stage B listing. So
are there any north to south die scratches
on below the one? No, not on Seamus's.
To the left of the one.
Yeah, to the left of the one. No.
No.
He doesn't have those scratches. And he doesn't have the lines in front of the face on Wexler's listing. So as you can see, those vertical lines are not there on the one. And there were some different die abrasion lines that I didn't see. On
is there a picture of God, of the D in God?
The what?
Is there a photo of the D in God?
I think so.
Because I am looking at some, if you look to the right, look on Variety Vista, the top, there's like a die gouge, die scratch at the rim to the right of the D and God that's not listed, that kind of matches that.
A little bit, yeah.
Sometimes I go through these sites, and if my coin doesn't match any die markers listed, I'll sometimes look at the pictures that they have and look for other markers that maybe they don't have listed that I can see on their photos.
Well, I cannot prove that they are not. This is not the same as WDDO7 because there are some similar markers, like the obverse die scratches in front of the face.
And they don't have it cross-referenced.
And the uncanny doubling under the B.
Does Copper Coins have any cross?
He does not have this listing. He has DDO1.
Okay. So he wouldn't have any cross references either.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's a match, right? Because what we say is first match the doubling and then try to find the die markers. There are so many, from the beginning of that die's life to the end of that die's life. Every time it strikes a coin, it changes the die. It changes it. Even just microscopically, it changes it in one. So there are many stages, and there's no way you're going to have every single stage of that die listed anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, there might as well be 100,000 stages for all I care. It's arbitrary. And, you know, you could be documenting stage between stage for the rest of the next 100 years and still not get it right. So, yeah, with the doubling in the location it is, being a good match, and the mint mark location being a good match, I would say that I would match it to DDO 002.
Yeah, you don't need to have both listings on there. One, you know, I would just put DDO 002 and forget listing a Wexler, you know.
That's
First
right.
of all, he needs to start putting pictures of his mint mark positions on.
And there are literally at least 30 or 40 listings that I've come across that are that way. Yeah. So you'll find some where it's exactly the same coin and they don't reference each other. And you'll find some that are very similar but don't match, but they're referenced. And
no, I think that is a solid match. A solid match. Mm-hmm. Given that the doubling matches and the mint mark position, I think you're good to go.
Yep.
I think that mint mark position is your number one die marker anyway.
And Seamus, I have to applaud you because this is a problem that I face on a regular basis. So welcome to the club, sir. You ever want to get together and compare notes?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know what you could do, Seamus, is if you can find one that has been attributed on a slab as a WDDO 007 and zoom in on that coin and
send me a picture of a mint mark location.
Yeah, and check that mint mark position. Then you know you'd have your answer. I think that's the only way is if you can find one that has been already attributed as a Wexler variety, a WDDO 007, and check that mint mark position.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, so far, spiked head die crack. We've only seen some clashes and some die gouges, but we haven't seen the actual doubled die Duke Ellington.
I think we did see one way in the beginning.
Did we?
Yeah, Chris would have to correct me on that, but I think we did, but it wasn't the like real big one. I think it was like another.
It was like one of the ones along the arm or something.
Something like it was on the keyboard, but it was different.
Well, those were clashes, I think, or sorry, die gouges, right?
I don't think so. I think it was another one of the other doublings. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just starting rumors again.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember seeing one that was one of the minor varieties of that. It wasn't the big one where you had the droop down and it looked like that was a good one. And then I had one actually when I was just a viewer.
Maybe we did see one.
I sent one in. It was one of my first submissions to Q&A where it had some incredible die gouges that went straight back behind the head and out the other side of the piano. It's a really cool coin. I've got two of them.
Yeah, Seamus said he thinks he sent a picture of the big one into us a long time ago. I don't remember it. I do remember. I think I remember seeing the minor one, and Captain Jigga said that. Yeah, he remembers seeing the minor one too. But you had one, you sold it. Well,
All right, I've got our last coin for the night.
okay, if you guys sent in pictures and questions, and we didn't get to them tonight, we'll get to them next Monday. And don't forget, you can put pictures on our Coin Q&A Facebook group too and ask questions there.
Yeah, and send them in early, because that way we can go ahead and get a little bit of that research done out of the way. We can we have more of the question answered before we even start.
I think we might have lost a bunch of people on that, Franklin.
Yeah, about 26.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Like, how long are they going to talk about that, Benjamin Franklin?
All right.
Sorry, we don't like unanswered questions. We have an issue with that.
Sometimes the rabbit hole goes deep.
Sometimes we just need to know when to say enough. We don't know.
Brando Show, Cherry Pick Delight. Opinions on submitting $50 varieties. Are they worth the fee? Apologies in advance for poor lighting.
Oh, nice.
This right here is
74D?
1964D
Oh,
FS 101.
Yeah, 64D.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty.
You know, I wish, you know, you can kind of see that we've got some rubbing down here and some wear on trust, and so, you know, I put this around high XF AU, and in this grade somewhere around $25. So I probably wouldn't send it in for grading, but it is beautiful. I love cherry picking these, especially in the silver drawers dealers set on the tables and stuff, because it is a beautiful example.
That's all dang pretty.
You got doubling on In God We Trust and Liberty and the date, and it's just great. It's great. Look at those splits. Oh. And you see the nice lines here and the trust. So these the wear has caused you not to be able to see quite as much of the separation in the S and the T, but you can still see it, and that's awesome. Same with the U. Man. And I did check mint mark location. Reverse. It is a flare G. You can see there, and that matches up.
Awesome. Nice find. Oh, I didn't know Eric was at that coin club thing yesterday, Sean.
Oh yeah, he was in attendance.
You know, he won our big show last night.
I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. You said that's right. You said that earlier. Yeah.
Did you see all the silver he found the other day?
No.
Yeah, he picked some rolls up from the bank, and I ended up with a nice little honey pot of silver dimes and all that great stuff. It was
Dang. Nice. Well, he's got a little bit of silver coming to him from us.
I know. Just keep doing what you do, Eric.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hopefully some of that luck.
We all do research, JC.
Yeah. You know,
we all do research.
Yeah.
Like crazy research.
Yeah.
We don't just talk off the tops of our heads. Make stuff up. It's a bifurcated plane.
Yeah, it's, you know, well, I try so hard to not be incorrect. I mean, it just, not only do you have to learn it, but you have to refresh, because things can trip you up. You forget. There's so many things to remember, but just keep at it, keep studying, keep reading every day. Look at coins.
I think that is something we all of us as panel members are very passionate about.
Yeah.
Being sure that we give, to the best of our ability, accurate answers, and it's super important to us. So when I say that we do our research, we all are continuing our education in this hobby constantly, doing our research continuously. We look at your emails, we research our answers. So, and we have on more than one occasion said we don't know. We cannot give you an answer right now.
Yeah, that was Captain Jigga. That was a 64D business strike. Yep. FS 101. It did look shiny. I noticed that. Yeah, at first I had to go look at the mint mark to double check. And I checked, I was like all looking at the eye to see, before I even looked at anything. Yep, I know what you're saying.
Well, I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah, all right. So thank you guys. I guess we sure appreciate you guys coming and hanging with us and toughing it out through our Franklin there, and yeah. So once again, panel, I'd like to thank each of you guys for being here as well. I know it's always tough to take out a whole night just for this, and so I appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody else does too. All right, any last words?
Great turnout tonight. I think we got up as high as 75, 76 people at one time watching.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah.
So we just about doubled our normal audience. So
that's good. You saw some new folks coming in. It's good to see new folks. I love seeing the regulars, but I love seeing new folks come in.
Yeah, we had lots of new questions and people in chat, so that was great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys take care. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week. All right. Bye.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.